just a huge fan. Guys, he told me he's more nervous meeting Farrell than he was playing in any basketball game. Probably because he's seen the movie Step Brothers so many times, he can recite the entire thing line by line.
Even for a guy who was the Big Ten Player of the Year, a little.
Great job there by Barry to slide over and take that charge. Paige picking up his third foul.
Carolina playing loose and free, and here's Paige working on Decker, chiseling his way down low. Good shot.
How about that move?
Shot clock at 4. Decker. Rebound and a good one inside by Bryce Johnson.
When I go.
They do with Barry.
Please possession here. And it's not, you don't necessarily need a 3 here. If you need a productive offensive move right here. Now Paige has to take Gossett.
Triple. Bucket. Good shot by Paige.
One open 3. I like double down screens for Marcus Paige. We just saw him knock down that previous 3.
Paige is back in.
There's 3 screens for him right there.
Another 3. Paige is hit again. He's the.
And you can expect this Arkansas pressure to be hot and heavy the whole game. Great pass there up the middle.
And Paige finishes. Shot for 2.
They fronted Qualls, but got no help on the weak side because of the motion, had everything all spread out.
Once again, Carolina with a very small lineup. Britt, Barry, Paige, Tokido, and then Hicks. Paige has not been in a good rhythm tonight. That 3 might. Durham cuts. Lost it. Turnover. Season time, 18th turnover. Oh, wow. Paige for 3. Got it. Notre Dame, they went for 46 inside.
And 12 turnovers might not sound like a low number, but in a game this fast, with that many guys handling the ball against this team, that's a pretty good number.
Arkansas does not have a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. Marcus Paige done. Travis will take an 18-footer. Rolls around and out. Tokido with the rebound. Tokido put on a show during practice yesterday here in Jacksonville with some incredible dunks. Much to the delight of the Carolina fans who watch the team practice.
Well, he's an unbelievable athlete, and if he can get a jump shot to match up with that athleticism, sky's the limit for that kid. This is good tempo for Harvard right now.
Paige for 3. It's good.
But that's not.
Saunders tried to do too much there. And now the outlet to Paige. Paige lays it in.
What Tommy Amaker's trying to do is going to help. He went to his biggest team possible.
This is the closest it's been this half after the bucket by Kenyatta Smith and a
point really, and they haven't played that great.
Paige floater gets the roll.
And they've won in the NCAA tournament before.
The last 2 years, they've won a game. Harvard has not led tonight. They trail by 1. Here we go again. You gotta love March.
And if I'm Carolina, I'm throwing that thing inside without a doubt.
Paige for 3. Shot.
Where Notre Dame's getting open shots, they're just rimming out.
Paige to the long 2.
North Carolina back on top.
Has Christian Laettner been disliked for so long? ESPN films I Hate Christian Laettner, Sunday at 9 on ESPN. Presented by Volkswagen TDI.
You know why people didn't like him? Because he's unbelievably good.
Great shot. That guy's pretty good too. And Carolina.
Back to you.
They sure do. They sure are enjoying this second half run by the Tar Heels. A very pro-Carolina crowd, obviously, here in Greensboro. Paige coming off the screen. Buries the 3.
But they were looking to post feed to August to get them back in rhythm. We'll see if they can continue that.
Thanks, Allison. That basket by August, the first made field goal of the second half for Notre Dame. It's a 4-point game.
Another screen for the screener action for Paige.
He's driving. He's finishing. And he's heading to the line.
Defense has been pretty decent. And when you give up those second shots, you're right. Those are really high percentage second efforts.
The 10 offensive rebounds, Carolina's turned those into 15 points. Paige for 3.
This is an older team. Mike Brey has built this program to continually have older players. He needs to be older than his opponents.
Carolina's in the final here in the ACC tournament for the 4th time in the last 5 years, and they might lose it for the 4th time in the last 5 years. Paige lays it in to make it a 10-point game. Paige knocks down a 3, and Roy Williams.
One thing you don't want to give up if you're Notre Dame is an open 3.
Paige with a strong driving layup. Inside 20 points in this game.
Boy, so difficult for North Carolina to match up with Pat Connaughton. He was driving his matchup, knocking down threes. Marcus Paige. How about the tables being turned with Virginia going high-low and attacking North Carolina in the paint?
Paige knocks down a 3. Boy, did Carolina need that. Britt's getting ready to check in. We don't know yet for who. As Brogdon is stripped. Here goes Paige. Racing all the way to the bucket and gets it to go.
What a play by Marcus Paige. Kobe are excellent offensive rebounders, both averaging 2 offensive rebounds a game, and in a low possession game, that's a lot of offensive rebounds.
And Gill playing close to home from nearby High Point, North Carolina, as Marcus Paige knocks down.
6 on the clock. The arrow is in favor of Virginia.
And the ball in Paige's hands. Got Brogdon in the air and hits.
Rick Pitino. Louisville dressed in white. Bryce Johnson won the tip for the Carolina Blue. Mike Eads, Tim Nestor, and Bill Covington working the game, and they're underway. 3rd meeting of the season. They played 2 classics in the regular season, each winning on their home court, but having to come from double figures down in the second half to do so. Marcus Paige for 3 and a great start. 45 seconds of the half. He's played a bit more lately since the departure of Jones. This tournament, a great celebration of a great basketball conference, but an awful lot of ugly things happening this league off the court, with Jones dismissal, and he's facing sexual assault charges. Rashid Suleiman, the same thing at Duke. Syracuse with its foundation. North Carolina waiting with the NCAA. Montrezl Harrell at 6 points and 8 rebounds in the half, and Louisville turns it over as Jackson got it back for North Carolina.
We need to have a bounce pass clinic after this game.
JP Tokoto to Bryce Johnson. Marcus Paige for 3. Notre Dame and Miami. And if Miami's barely out of the field, a win for Notre Dame in the ACC tournament for the late, great Dean Smith. Of course, one of his most memorable defeats was against this Boston College team. Marcus Paige. And Brown made 1 free throw for Boston College. The lead is 5 for North Carolina. The largest margin was 7 on a couple of occasions.
The good news for Boston College is that Carolina is 4 for 15 from outside the paint. The bad news, 8 for 12 from in the paint.
Paige for 3. He reached in to strip Aaron Brown. Tokoto has 73 turnovers on the year, which leads their team as well. Digging down toward 2 minutes to go in the first half, with Patrick Heckman on the BC bench. North Carolina widening its lead. Paige hits a little floater. And Jim, 6 minutes to go. The winner advances to tomorrow's quarterfinals to play Louisville. Paige rattles one home. You're right. I hope they answer why it's taken this long to get a fight that made sense years ago. Perhaps we'll get the answers on Sports Center from Los Angeles after the game. The news conference. Paige, nice shot. Couple of fakes. BC back within 10. Well, we thought the first game today was over when Florida State was up by 20, and they held on for a 3-point win. Marcus Paige getting a magnificent 39-point effort at Pittsburgh, the highest point total by a player in the ACC this year. Out the bucket.
At the man-to-man, James on Okafor. Chocodo the rebound. Cross-court look, Paige. And bullied him down in the post. He's been playing some great basketball the last few weeks after a bit of a lull in January, in part at least due to rib and shoulder injuries. Still playing with a fractured rib. Paige, yes!
Quinn Cook, so now it's going to be North Carolina's ball after the 2 free throws.
So 2 points and a foul on Winslow, his third, and in effect a change of possession as Carolina gets the ball back.
Jefferson switching out on Marcus Paige.
Paige driving him. Finds Meeks. Meeks can't get the shot off. Paige, he can. Yes, 6 points now for Okafor.
Much more decisive, even though Meeks pushed him off the lane.
Paige, very similar to the shot he hit here to be. Carolina ball. Meeks is piling up the rebounding totals tonight. Paige for 3. Paige for 3. Yes.
Well, great screen by.
And that's another thing, consistency. Paige gets his hand on another one, leading another Carolina break, and the lefty's able to finish it for his first. Irrelevant. All right, I'm there. Well, DeMarco Cox is a +1 thus far through 20 minutes of play. The rest of the Georgia Tech team, a -85. Woo. Paige hits. It kind of better. Jackson trying to get only the second 3-point field goal for Georgia Tech. And now Paige with the 3, his first.
Get it, make or miss, and get the ball in transition and get an easy shot.
Davon Reed from deep, and the rebound pulled by Johnson. Here's Marcus Paige, young man who's a junior. Up and down, so much expected of him. The preseason All-America has not had the season that they had hoped till this point. Has been hampered by injuries to both of his feet.
His team on course towards the NCAA tournament. You have the NCAA investigation as to academic improprieties. You have the death of Stuart Scott, legend in Chapel Hill. Sure. And the team's been a little bit disappointing up and down.
Here's Sheldon McClellan, Miami's leading scorer. On the bench, just picked up his 4th personal. How long can Jim Larranaga keep McClellan on the bench?
Well, I'm stunned that he was silly enough to foul in transition. That's just one of those you've got to stay away. Almost let Tokyo get a bucket. Probably in the 6 range as far as a seed. Remember, they can still climb out of that. They have Duke at home. A game with Georgia Tech on the road in between, a Tech team that they just thumped. So there's still some opportunities in addition to the ACC tournament in which they can gain quality wins. But a win here and a win against Duke, you win out these last 3 games, that could propel you to playing at home in Charlotte in front of so many of your fans. So there's a lot on the line for the Heels.
Paige on a deep 3.
There's that play. So the ball screen for Bryce Johnson. He missed it. That is his go-to jump shot.
Offensive rebound, Tokido. Shot clock resets and valuable seconds coming off the clock for Miami. Hurricanes took the lead briefly a couple of minutes ago. Since that point, they've been outscored 14-6.
11 offensive boards. Only given up 5. And then when they lost to Louisville in overtime on the road, they gave up 17. So they shored up their own rebounding with great efficiency.
North Carolina State gradually asserting control over this game.
Nice backdoor, great pass by Meeks.
And the basket. He picks up his 2nd foul, but that's a good play.
Here's Paige. Stop, pop, bang.
That'll help. You beat your guy, he's coming over to block the shot. You better be aware of it.
That was a tough chance. A well-contested jump shot defensively by North Carolina that time. A little bit of a force by Jackson.
Paige at 3. 7-0.
Good help timing and good block that time.
Paige on the impulse to Tokuto.
That's the great thing about him. At the end of the count, you can throw it up high. He'll just get it.
The Mitchell miss. Hicks the rebound. Tokuto trending upward here. Paige a deep three. They came into today's play third in ACC play in scoring defense. 7th in field goal defense.
Hicks. Brick playing with a lot of confidence. A little bit strong on the jumper. Offensive rebound. Tokuto. Wide open Paige. And all of a sudden, Carolina's back within 4.
And Dan, that's why so many good passes thrown in this game.
Paige the drive. And the scoop up and in to bring Carolina back within 7.
Tokuto leaning in, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound for North Carolina. Paige pumps. And we're blister his team at halftime because of their defensive deficiencies, but they haven't solved anything in the first 8 minutes. Now, some of that is because Pitt is just shooting at an incredible clip, but they're also getting open looks. Paige on a back cut. It's an easy turnover of the half for Pittsburgh. 2 in a row now. Paige on a run out. Gets the easy one to go. Tough sledding of late. Play better on the road than they do at home. Brown has that one deflected. Johnson clears it.
Excellent defense by Paige.
Paige pumps from downtown. Nothing but not.
His ability to communicate and socialize. And you're right, Tim. It is a widespread problem.
I don't know many people that don't have families that have at least 1 or 2 examples of it. Here's Paige. Beautiful. Running that. It was a tie ball situation, and the error was his way. That was not the case.
That was exactly the case, Tim.
It was. Yeah, you're right. It was the case. Paige with a runner. Yes. He made it tougher than he needed to, and Hanlon did not get a touch.
I think if somebody's going to take a tough shot in that situation, I want it to be Hanlon on Boston College.
I concur. Roy wants to hold it up, isolate, go with a 1-4 set for Paige. Little up and under, count it.
Great looks, but they had a couple of open looks. If they can get them go down, it's a little bit different story. But nice job by North Carolina. Tough ball game on the road, and they hung on, and they're going to get the win here.
Yeah, you know, again, rebounding after the 2 losses, especially that second half against Louisville.
Now, Boston College is trying to foul.
Yeah. Now there's no reason to be honest. It's too late. And there's Paige with another layup. Too many of those.
Virginia's on the board more than 3 minutes in.
Virginia's going to make you guard for the whole shot clock. And if you let your guard down just for a second, they're going to get something easy on you because they keep playing, and they're used to playing at this pace.
Paige, no sign of soreness in the...
Only send 2 guys to the offensive glass. That makes it hard to run on.
Darian Atkins, an air ball. He gestured toward the officials as if he thought he got hit. J.P. Tokuto. Jackson. Paige. Wow, he looks terrific. Roy Williams was concerned.
For ESPN's Game Day, he was a guest on our show, and what a tremendous player he was.
And I think you were one of those who was off and on. One of the many banged up Carolina players, and you can see he's standing down there by the end of the bench. Paige a 3.
So good at the top. I mean, 5 teams in the top 12 in the efficiency ratings. No other conference has more than 1 in the top 12.
Paige a 3.
Defensively, I've said once, I'll say it again. Kentucky, best defensive team I have seen in my 30-plus years at ESPN.
Is that right?
Oh, they're phenomenal defensively. Show me a better team. Size, they're athletic. Take a look at their numbers. Teams shoot like 31% against them.
Paige with a 3, sweet.
87. That was the first year the 3-point shot was allowed, and Rick Pitino used it to perfection to go to the Final Four. He, the general, won the whole national title, beating Syracuse.
Carolina by 6 and the ball. Tokuto gives up the dribble. Jump shot by Paige. He buries that. A 2
to the referees. I said, hey, guys, I rubbed their shoulders. I said, you're not even sweating.
No.
I started laughing.
Well, the numbers are really in Carolina's favor in so many ways. Think about this, though. Nate Britt and Joel James combined for 14 points off the bench. Meeks, Tokoto, Johnson, and Paige combined for 14 points. Here's Paige straight on. And yes, a nice roll on the three.
Usually in the marquee game, he'll be a key player today against that stifling defense of Virginia.
1 of 2 for Jones. 44-35 Carolina.
Paige is so effective. He's the one guy that can come down later in the game and North Carolina watches the ball because he's a superb free throw shooter.
Paige in the corner. He'll fire the long one. Got it! He makes the pair. The lead at 12.
You got to scoop, my friend. You got to scoop if North Carolina can come back and pull this baby out.
Paige jumps inside and drops in 2 and another timeout.
Benajay underneath for Patterson. Well defended by Bryce Johnson. 4 minutes in, the action picking up. The Cuse by 3. Paige for the tie.
Well, you wonder if the lack of practice time is affecting the timing of North Carolina.
Paige a 3. Foul on Marcus Paige was his second. 13 minutes to go. Syracuse by 6, trying to end North Carolina's 5-game winning streak. Orange have led through most of it. Paige for 3.
What? Want me to play more, Coach?
Well, he and Purdy might be about to play the entire game for the second time in 3 days. Marcus Paige knocks home a 3.
Basketball match, fun to watch.
Paige, floater, no. Comes back to Paige, yes. With the bank.
You know, I wouldn't count out these Orange. This just looks like it'll be their 3rd loss in conference, but they're a bad team.
Paige lays it in. Syracuse pressing.
This though, for a Florida State team that struggles to make shots, I like his aggression.
Crossover by Paige. The dipsy-do for 2. That was comes free to Florida State with Tan Mays trying to turn it into something. Knocked away. Nicely done by Tokoto. Now numbers for Carolina. Paige on the scoop.
Those were 2 consecutive plays that were really tough and require a tremendous amount of energy.
You've been talking about the athleticism of North Carolina. It's not exactly a headline, but what you're talking about is against Kentucky, game they lost. Paige with a long one, hits it, give him a 3.
Really difficult to keep in front. He has gotten where he's wanted off the dribble drive, and he's done it efficiently.
This is a 7-0 run for the Seminoles, and led by the freshman from Ontario, Canada. Jackson back out for Paige. Here it comes. Got it. 3-pointer on the money.
And that's a problem. His hands are so big. I think if you're a Tan Mays in that instance, keep the dribble. Go through the lane a la Steve Nash.
Backdoor cut Paige. Great give there by dribble. Here's the jumper by Booker. Short. He's been off today. Not a good sign for Florida State. He is their only reliable 3-point man. Paige in heavy traffic gets it to go.
Point that he has at 6'10", should have taken that little free throw jump shot.
Paige on the drive. How about that reverse by Marker for Wake Forest?
Well, that's the perfect time to shoot that 3-point shot. The defense is down in the painted area. Nice find.
The dipsy-do is there for
Blue makes them pay. They need more of those kind of possessions here in the second half to climb back in this game down 11.
Paige for 3. Yes.
Reluctant Wake Forest to do it is attack the ACC area off the pass, off the bounce. It'll open up some opportunities. Nice execution there against the 2-3 zone.
Paige for 3. He's got it. Right in the...
Doesn't rebound the ball as well, so look for North Carolina to try to build an advantage on the backboard tonight as well.
Tokoto misses, tapped out by Johnson. Paige. Boy, Hudson missed 2 free throws. Virginia Tech, the worst free throw shooting team in the ACC. They have to make free throws tonight to stay in this game. Paige, the left-handed floater. Very smooth. He's got 2 buckets.
All the
to the basket until somebody stops you. Good job. Hill did an excellent job.
A little pep in the step of the Hokies right now. Playing a little man-to-man and mixed in a lot of zone tonight, too.
One of the few layups we've seen him make tonight.
Yeah. Paige steps over.
Hits
a three.
We just talked about getting up through another touch. This kid, he's not fully hit his stride either. This kid's got a bright future for NC State. Can stick it from the outside and the low post.
Speaking of which, Marcus Paige. A turnover by Abu. Paige smoothly to the goal. And that 50 pounds, he'd just be better. But Roy Williams said you actually have to learn how to be better.
Without a doubt. And I tell people, try to get a 40-pound. Wow, nice shot there from Marcus. NC State will continue to stay in this 2-3 zone. The soft spot is in the middle. The ACC, if Carolina can get it there, they'll find some opportunities. Or get it to Marcus Paige.
That's a Trevor Lacey. High off the glass. That won't go. And it's corralled underneath by Bryce Johnson.
B.J. Anya. Wow.
Paige with an answer. And just
done by Kyle Washington.
They did exactly what you said.
Mango Mathiang, a sophomore, trying to find somebody to play out there consistently with Harrell or in relief of Harrell at the 4 spot.
Blake told us before the game, he said, no doubt Mathiang and Ottawaku are going to be very good players. That's what they need. Out of Louisville, Rozier and Jones have really been a difference makers here in this game.
Paige still just 3 points in the game.
He's too good a player. The only way they're going to win this game, he has to make some threes.
Going inside, switches hands, and scoops up.
Has just come with a decision. And the decision is that Urban Meyer will win his 3rd national title.
Paige.
Oh, they needed it. Oh. Bryce Johnson. Paige certainly will be effective with the ball in his hands, and they want to screen to get him the ball.
They do have a timeout. A held ball would give it to Louisville. Keep that in mind.
They want to get the ball in Paige's hands. But watch the missed shot if he would have missed.
He got the switch.
Soft off the glass.
Great feed, cutting August.
Marcus Paige swooped to the bucket.
And Carolina.
The headline win was over Michigan State. Of course, that doesn't look quite as good with some of the struggles the Spartans have had.
That's one of the great anomalies of this Carolina team. They are an elite offensive rebounding team, but only 260th on the defensive side of the rebounding.
His leg did well to get it back. It probably benefit from a timeout. Didn't take it and turned it over. Paige.
Now we're in January. We're starting to see the dividends, especially from the young players like a Pinson.
Hicks is the free throw shooter. He missed the front of the 1-and-1. The ball wound up with Berry. Paige, a little shake and bake, and gets the rubber with the left. Carolina for 6 years, regardless of whether he chooses to pursue baseball or basketball. If he's back to baseball, he'll have to do another deal with the Orioles. We'll wait and see what happens in basketball. After the first missed free throw.
Tokoto in for Meeks. Strong move up, left it short. He taps it right back to Johnson. And now Britt will have it. Tokoto on the swing. Paige open for a 3. Got it. Nice little hesitation
here. That doesn't help.
They're trying to get some life off the bench. Roper can't connect. Meeks with the outlet. Tipped. Meeks got it back. Here's Paige open from the wing. And he'll drill a 3. Carolina, remember, averaging 81 points a game. That's tipped by Clemson. Tokoto bouncing for the youngster Jackson. Johnson calling for the ball on that baseline. Didn't get it. Tokoto looking inside. James sets the screen. Long one, Paige. Yes. Looking pretty. 52-26. Jackson now directing traffic. Here's Meeks. Meeks on a high post look. Tokoto. Shot clock down to 12. Johnson swings it back out for Tokoto. Those two connected on some beautiful plays tonight. Shot clock at 5. Paige flips it up with a left hand and gets it to
23 of 46 misfires. Here's Tokoto. One sequence of zone out of the try. Paige, a left-handed three, good. Yeah, he really hasn't been looking for his own wall. Thornton will get a break. 13-point lead for Carolina. They led by 22 at the half, led by as many as 23 or 25 in the first half.
Tony Shaver trying to get him under that, give him a little extra minute rest under the 12-minute mark.
Still this zone employed by the Tribe. Paige a three off a screen. Pair of triples. You mentioned the versatility of several Tar Heels in their ball game so far. How valuable is that right now, given where they are?
Being able to play a number of different ways, being able to win a number of different ways.
Britt and Paige, it's almost like a combination point, too, isn't it? In terms of the way they line up.
Right, and I think Marcus Paige needs to become a little bit more aggressive here offensively, especially with this squad out on the floor.
Here's the three. Good.
Murphy, to me, is such a unique player at 6'5", to leads the team in blocks at just under 2, 7 rebounds, makes plays.
Paige the hoop. Jackson over the midcourt line.
When you're going through a slump, you shoot your way out of a slump. That's the only way to do it.
Paige trying to work his way
out of Kansas. And just a class program with so much tradition, and I always root for them to be good, because when Carolina and Duke are great, ACC is great, and that's
Virginia Tech transfer. He scored in double figures in 4 consecutive games coming into this one tonight.
We need to get him a little more involved, and that's what I like to see him come up a few pick and rolls, get involved, get in the paint just like he did.
Paige with the ball fake and scoop shot good. Moving forward with UAB.
I commend the Blazer football team for playing hard, even though they knew the fate of their program might be in peril. To be bowl eligible, win 6 games, that's tremendous for those kids.
Marcus Paige with a nice year. The Tar Heels have led from the opening tip. Paige with the steal off the great anticipation. Miami Heat, or at least their D-League affiliate. Come the Tar Heels and Paige. Paige for 3. Yes.
Force anything, and that's, you always hear athletes talk about letting the game come to them, and that's exactly what we've seen here. How about the effort there? Lee unable to convert, but 2 offensive rebounds, so good energy off the bench.
Nate Britt for North Carolina, the Tar Heel team, 9 field goals, 9 assists. And there's another one. And Paige out of control with the drive. Nothing out of control there, just short with the shot. Paige for 3. And that's the first jump shot I've seen him rank Kentucky. That's coming up on AT&T at the half. Oh my gracious.
But I thought overall they were pretty good. That's coach talk. That's what that is.
Gotcha. Outlet pass. Meeks. Tokoto. Check the 5 on the floor. Paige, Justin, Jackson, Meeks, Tokoto, and Bryce Johnson. And that's Paige. Yes.
You look at the rhythm again. You can see
blue jerseys that had a chance to go get that rebound. Deontay Baldwin claims it.
Paige fires. Got it. First 3.
I should point out, you mentioned the holiday season. We'll get a shot eventually of the pants that you have selected to go along with your CBS apparel this afternoon. There were a few comments from people.
Hopefully it was positive.
Neutral, let's say. Justin Jackson coming back call for that foul after Paige tried to knock it away from Andrew Harrison, who now has 6 points with those 2 free throws. Biggest lead of the game for the Wildcats of Kentucky. Here's Paige. Yes. A 3. Paige on the drive, kicks it out. And Britt came up short. Another opportunity. Marcus Lee. Paulie Stein has had a solid game. Paige handles against Ulis. There's Paige to 3. Yes. So he has hit down to 4. Booker. And North Carolina is out of Britt to the front court. Another 3. Marcus.
They're going to run good stuff. Right now, they've got a young team, maybe not necessarily the talent to be able to pull it off, but he's had a good thing going at East Carolina over the last few years.
Nice floater thrown up. So what you're saying is it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do it.
It's going to be Keystone Cops at some point. Everybody's going to have 5 guys laying on the ground in one west spot.
You don't want a 5-car pileup on the floor.
I help my teammates up, but I'm going to take my time getting over it. I'm not spraying.
Paige around the screen. Paige gliding to the hole. All right.
It doesn't work in college basketball. You need a veteran group.
Keep in mind, after John Calipari's team won the national championship, when they lost some of those one-and-doneers, they were an NIT team the following year as Paige
knocks down the first jump shot of the game.
Nice little execution. He played on the high school level with Valentine at Michigan State. Played for Carlton Valentine. Coach used to play for Michigan State. His son Denzel, now a star. Man-to-man defense by Iowa.
Good hands like Clemens get on that ball. Paige watches as the clock goes to under 10. Working on the bigger White. No problem shooting right over.
State, their first L. Miami's been a real surprise in the ACC. Wow. They're 8-0, Jimmy Larinagas kids. Nice backcourt, Rodriguez and McClellan.
Looking for the one guy they can depend on from out there. Well, they are waiting.
Oh, what a good
pass by Tokoto.
That was great. Got good skill level, shooting the ball, passing the ball. She's got to be a little more assertive offensively. Big play right there.
Answer right.
Situation. Isaiah Hicks inbounding the ball. The 6'8 sophomore getting his first start last night. Responded with 10 points against UCLA. 4-1. That's the only thing Florida's leading in right now is the turnovers. Paige, nice fake, takes it in and scores. Marcus.
Nice strong finger roll finish there for Finney Smith.
Right back is Paige against the press, puts it through, and he's
against Georgetown. If you're the point guard, you've got to drive.
18 on the night for Hill.
Billy Donovan has played very little zone tonight. He likes the man-to-man harassment, creating those turnovers. Coach Williams is going to milk the clock a little bit.
Paige 3 is there. I think you're right, Seth. Turn that off with these two teams. That's the pace they would like. The pace that Butler did not let North Carolina get into. Paige straight away 3 is there. Mark.
Center of that USC UTEP kerfuffle we saw here at the Atlantis last year. Originally committed to UTEP. Backed out of his letter. Now at UCLA, sat out for a year. Talented kid.
Paige scoops and scores.
A little short. Nice job by Powell to knock it away.
Paige trying to throw it outside. Powell had it briefly. Tokoto gets it back. Carolina has Paige open and hitting a 3.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Howland Eagles program, it's like a college program. They are awesome. I fully expect them to win the state championship at Texas tomorrow. Of course, that's where I live, so I follow them very closely. Just outside Dallas, the Allen suburb.
The George family will be thrilled if that happens. among others in Allen, Texas. Paige for three.
Thought he created some space there, but a little bit of a push-off. Got away with it.
Three. In there to put his hand on the ball.
Powell running it down, knocked from behind by Johnson, and racing the other way is Paige all the way in for the basket. Marcus. But then you look, and Steve Alford is in his 24th year as a head coach. Paige again.
So they're back on top.
Well, and that's a big basket for Butler, not just because it gives them the lead, but now it can pull big guys a little bit further away from the basket. You can attack the rim.
Into the game now for Carolina. Theo Pinson, another member of the very talented freshman class. Meeks has returned. Isaiah Hicks is in the game as well. Paige will launch and hit. Dunham. And down with the rebound is Britt. Good block out there by Hicks.
Well, how quick to the ball has Butler been in this game?
They need this one, and they get it from Mark.
Well, I think you do want to be patient. If you get a layup, you take it.
The follow is good, and it's down. With Oklahoma and UCLA coming next here on ESPN2.
There it is.
Paige. Got it. 4 in a row for Jones at crunch time. Back to 6. And Paige will go to the rim. Draw.
One. Bounce pass out to Selma. That was blocked out of the air by Paige. And now Paige runs the floor and is rewarded. Heels have a 1-point lead.
That's just great defense.
We haven't seen a whole lot from Sullivan. I haven't seen a whole lot from Kalinowski. But it's been Barham. It's been Aldridge. A lot of kind of the undercard guys who have kept Davidson in his first half.
That's right. Here you got Davidson going to a little 2-3 zone.
This is Paige for 3. He has 5.
And get back in if they're good shots. You know, Coach McKillop's got to like the offense and the looks. He just wants to see it go through the net.
Roy Williams has seen this Davidson club string some threes together over the years. He knows it is certainly still within the realm of possibility, so he's not resting on a 12-point lead. Jackson Simmons on the floor for the Heels. The fall away by Marcus Paige. Makes the extra pass locating Paige. A little bit short, but somehow squirts right back to Paige again. And this will wind up being about a 1-minute possession. Paige for 3.
Tell you, he's tough. You give him a look like.
Inside out, Stewart for 3. Paige thought about him, instead backs it out.
The lob will be open on the baseline.
How sweet it is.
Points. That is interior dominance by those two guys.
North Carolina basketball as we get things underway in our second half. Second game of the season for both of these teams.
Watch Tokido looking for that lob as the ball reverses.
And a play for Marcus Paige. Second 3-ball.
Graphic designer. Bennett right now studying graphic design himself, and their mutual love for graphic design. He wanted to pay homage to his grandfather.
Marcus Paige from downtown. He now has 11.
Well, they have tremendous length, and so it forces you to have to put a different angle on your pass, and if you don't, they get deflections.
Theo Pinson the board quickly ahead to Paige, and the route is on.
Board and in. Roy Williams badly wanted to travel as he thought Ferguson took too many steps. Central in the zone again. Tokido crosses right corner to Paige. Got it for 3. Unable to get away from the Eagles to this point. Inbounds to Hubert. Gets it to Bryce Johnson. Now to Paige. Drives left baseline. Draws the contact and scoops it home.